It's May the 2nd, 2018. We're here in Sweden, and we are about to attend the largest UFO archives in the world. I'm here with my friends Una and Sim and Pia Knudsen. We've got no place to park. We're just going to go find out how to park.
So secret, nobody knows where
There
it
goes
is.
Pia. She's the boss here.
Lars Norby. Kender du ham, Pia?
Nej. What year was it? A Danish case. He's researching a Danish case.
Okay.
And what year was it? 60?
59.
59?
59. Amager.
Yeah.
The Amager photo case.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's well, I have looked into it, you know.
But it is that case, yeah.
Yeah, the flying saucer over. It's top secret, this one.
Okay. There's no secrets. No secrets.
Seems like it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We can take that later on.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So
So you're back on camera again.
Just we have to get to Holland down by the German border by this evening. So we kind of have a...
So you have a time.
I'm the general. I'm the traffic manager.
You're pushing people here.
Always.
Anas, is it okay we
I'm
park?
born for that
Oh,
job.
I think it is. Yes.
Okay.
You know, we had some guy coming to last week to tell us we couldn't park here, but we do it anyway because everyone parks.
Yeah,
here.
I mean,
so it's really we need to have a see a parking ticket before we leave it.
Okay.
So that was our main archive, you know, our main facility where we work and where we meet and have coffee, and you know, we are a group about 15 people working here.
On a voluntary basis?
It's a mixture, you know.
Okay.
We have 6 employees who are on mostly on Swedish unemployment benefits. Yes.
Okay.
And then we have about the same number of volunteers, and then we have 5 or 6 guys who come here from a community project to make work for incapacitated people, you know, people who have Asperger syndrome or some syndrome type, you know.
How were you able to sell that to the government? Did you have to make a proposal?
You know, Swedish government has had a very much discussed project in. We ran it for 7-8 years. It was called Phase 3 in Swedish language. You know, the first phase you have a job. The second phase you don't have a job. The third phase you are way beyond job opportunity. So social societies and organizations could organize works for benefit, and we were even paid. The unemployed people was paid, and then we had also a pay of about 5,000 Swedish krona each month for each person, you know. So we had, for a time, we had huge money, you know. But that stopped last year, and now we're trying to survive in other ways, seeking money from funds and you know, sponsorships, yes.
Okay, well hopefully the Americans and the Canadians step up and help you a little bit.
Yes, they are needed, yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So,
Do you want me to film you guys?
If you want to film, yeah. Okay.
Is it on or off?
It's on, yeah. You just leave it on and we'll edit it
Okay,
later.
you edit
Because then
it.
we don't have to worry about it. Just try to get as much as you can of it.
I will. I will.
Okay?
Oh.
Hi.
Okay.
this is another part of our bookshop, you know. So we have,
What have you got here?
it's mainly doubles from what we have
So you're selling
inside.
these as well?
Yep.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Wow.
And we have much more, you know.
How many
in-
books would
in
you sell a
boxes.
month?
Sorry?
How many books would you sell a month?
We don't sell, you know, we have a turnaround of about 10,000 Swedish kroner. That's
Okay.
$1,250, $1,500 each month. But we could do a lot more.
Yeah,
Especially-
but I think that people knew this was here. Because you know, most UFO people have collections of hundreds of books.
Yeah, yeah.
And they don't read
But-
most of them, but
yeah.
they like to have collections.
You know, we have customers all around the world. Japan, Australia, US, of course.
Wow.
But we need more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Beautiful. Wow, that's impressive. And how many collections would you have, like in terms of people that are giving you books?
Oh, you know, we have. There's a list on our web page. It's outdated now, you know, because I haven't had the time to update very much. But there we have about 150 donors who have given us books mainly, you know. Then we have all the people who have given us all kinds of other materials, you know,
Beautiful.
correspondence and photographic material and so on.
Wow, you've done a good
So
job.
maybe 300 donors, I would say.
Wow.
That's my estimate
Wow.
throughout the years.
Very amazing.
Here we have, you know, sort of boxed workplaces for the Asperger guys who come here working.
And those must be good.
Yeah.
I know some
Yeah.
Asperger people.
Yeah.
I mean, they're very deep.
They're very focused and
Yeah.
so we're trying to make the best of it, you know.
Wow. So how many of those type of people? would
We
you
have
have?
5, 6 of them.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's a good idea for America. I mean, in
Oh,
terms
yes.
of
yes.
the idea of using these people who people would say they don't have any talents, they actually have talents that you
They
have to
are
use.
they are extremely talented.
Yeah.
We are running now a project that we call AFU Translations,
Okay.
where we try to. Our goal is to translate the Swedish and Scandinavian case files. You know, the important, the good cases. You know, get them over to English.
Wow.
So it's, you know, we have thousands of prospective cases, and these guys, you know, they are fluent in English. They are very good at English, you know, because they sit at home doing their computer games, you know, and talking to guys in America and whatever. You
That's a
know.
good idea. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Because I know the
So-
Asperger's, I know what these people are like. They're
Yeah,
very
yeah.
detailed.
So
And interesting.
yes.
Okay. Get a little shot of this room here. This is where the Asperger's do the translation stuff. They can translate all this stuff in English.
Great.
Good morning.
This is Grant Cameron from the United States.
Okay.
Yeah. This is Iria.
Yeah. Pleasure.
She is doing our photographic files, you know.
Is that right?
So right now she's working on a Swedish photographer who has followed the Swedish ufologist and in the 1970s maybe, you know, it's
Oh my goodness.
negative things, you know.
Oh my goodness. So you've got them all digitalized. Wow.
Yeah. So we have we are now at about 7,000 digitized pictures.
Are those online or anything?
No,
Everything?
no,
The
that's
same problem.
same
with copyright?
problem,
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
You people just have to ask us.
Yeah.
Do you have anything about this? And then we'll try and see.
Have you got any of the famous collections, like the old 1950 contactee photos, or any of these? Like you have the Adamski. We were talking about maybe the.
Oh,
Adamski
we are
ones.
getting a lot of Adamski material, you know,
Yeah.
because Denmark, you know, where she is from.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah, that was a
the
place,
main
yeah.
base of Danskianism in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's become
You know,
more popular in the United States.
We
that
had,
E50 stuff.
we had a collection from H.C. Peterson, for instance.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So we have some of his stuff, you know, like pictures and his.
You know, I'm encouraged. Sometime I'm gonna have to come here for a week just to research because I love this kind of stuff. You know?
Yeah.
To know that you would have the stuff that people are looking for, like researchers that they're missing bits and pieces. And
just the other week here, we got that collection. That is the Norwegian report archive. That's all the files that has been collected by Norwegian societies throughout the years.
Goodness.
So we are going to do a job on that, you know.
Wow.
Like sorting it out. We need to sort it out first before we do a digitizing.
Oh, fantastic! Excellent work. Excellent.
Kent here is working on audio tapes.
Oh, audio. You're the guy. Oh,
Yeah.
So
Some of them.
Yeah, I was just mentioning Linda Howe has a collection of thousands of tapes from all these famous interviews of the Academy relations in the 1980s.
Oh.
All the intelligence people she talked to.
Yeah.
And we don't, and if you're a private researcher, you don't have the facility or the ability to digitalize.
No.
And so there's a lot of these collections around the world. Where
Oh
there's
yes,
some
we know,
maybe
we
very
know,
famous
but
stuff.
we
I've got a
know, but
collection.
yet we don't know.
Yeah.
Anders, vem var det som hade donerat det här?
Vet inte.
And how long would it take you to digitalize one of these?
Det var de här små kassetterna som Claes hade köpt från någon i USA. Jag kommer inte ihåg.
Jo, men I think it's Wendelle Stevens, isn't it?
Maybe it is.
Yeah, we are buying into his collections now, you know.
There's...
Through a guy, Joe Fex.
Oh yeah. Oh, Joe Fegg, you've got Joe Fegg's stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I know
So
Joe,
we are buying into that with some of
all the digitalized
Larry's
stuff.
money and some of our own.
I saw Joe's material.
Yeah.
I know, like the Wendelle Stevens collection is huge. I've seen that.
Yeah.
In Phoenix there.
We have part of it here, you know.
Oh, you have part. Okay. Because he had the biggest UFO photograph library in the world.
Yeah.
And
All
it's
these
like volumes
products.
and volumes and volumes of
Yes.
old, famous photos. Wow.
Yeah. So we've done about 5,000 audio tapes, you know. So,
Oh my goodness.
So,
And is there an index somewhere? Like a
yeah,
research
we're working on that, you know. We had an index, but it wasn't really good. So Kent is
I'm trying
updating.
to make it a little bit better now.
Oh wow.
So
I
that
will
we can
definitely
search for people and
now I'm interested to come here just to research.
and
just
have
to-
the names correctly spelled, you know, and
Yeah, I
such
don't have to worry
things.
about that.
That's very important.
I'm more interested because that's the thing. Is like if you're doing research, like I write books, so you do research and then
Yeah.
you suddenly find out they've got a collection of material of some guy who's these interviews. Then you can go and say, oh, there's always something I'm looking for.
Yeah. That's Leif. He's doing mainly magazines, you know.
Oh, wow.
So we've just done an almost complete collection of Fate magazine.
Oh, wow.
So we have that
I know the
digitized
yeah, I know this
since 1948 when he started, I think.
oh my goodness, because I was just talking to the editor, or the woman that runs it now. She's in Eureka Springs.
Ah, yes.
So,
Is it Phyllis Gould or?
yeah.
Yeah? I was thinking about Fate magazine. Is it still published?
Oh, yeah.
But we never get it, you know.
Oh,
I
I'll
have a running subscription, but I'm getting 2 copies, you know, once each year.
Okay. I'll
So,
talk to her. Yeah, we'll
It
talk.
should be 12 each.
She wants me to write for the magazine,
Okay.
and I never have really time to write. So I saw her just a couple weeks ago in Eureka Springs. She had a display there.
I would say that some of the material that we had translated here
Yeah.
in our translation project that
Yeah.
would be of interest to Fate magazine.
Wow. Okay, then we'll work on that.
Maybe we can generate some cash for it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But maybe she doesn't pay for material. Or
Yeah.
it's
Interesting.
yeah.
Very good job. Wow.
That's Swedish clipping collection. We have about 40,000 Swedish clippings, you know.
Wow.
That's mainly the orange files here, you know. This is, you know, we started out as archives for UFO research, but now we are archives for the unexplained, and we have widened our area, you know.
Wow.
So we are taking on everything.
Let's get a little shot of this here. Look at this. Huh? And how long would it have taken you to put this collection together? Just this Swedish articles and stuff?
It's a running job, you know. We have done it ever since we started. We started here in Norrköping in 1980.
Oh my goodness.
So it's a long-term project, never ending.
Oh, just nothing comes close to this in the United States.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Nothing.
Okay. Oh, where did she? Oh,
There.
There's smoking.
Yeah.
There's smoking. Okay. Yeah.
Annars, have you yourself seen any UFOs?
No, I haven't.
No? Why would you?
I had a brother who was very much interested in airplanes and everything that was flying, you know. In the 1950s, we were right behind we had a fighter division here in Norrköping,
Yeah.
based here. So we had every hour there was streams of jet fighters, you know, and me and my brother, we were very interested in that. And then he died and left his things to me, and that's where my interest in everything flying was started, and not very far from flying saucers, you know.
Wow.
There were news items in the media in the mainly in 1967 we had a huge Swedish UFO flap.
Okay.
So that I think that was the thing that generated my interest.
Triggered it.
And then I read the books by Gösta Rehn, the Swedish author, you know, and so I was bitten.
Yeah.
So what happens with your stuff? Like you prepared for when you leave?
I don't have very much stuff at home.
No, but I mean in terms of the collection, what happens? Like you're running it, I would assume.
Yeah.
And so when you're gone, have you made preparations for it to
Yes.
continue? Yes.
You know, we have a 10-headed board.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not worrying very much. You know.
Yeah.
That's some of it is their problem.
Yeah.
Some of it is mine. But
Interesting.
so we are trying to get people on the board that could be of help to us, you know, in different ways. Open.
See, this is famous. When you've been at the archive, you have to get a picture taken here. We're gonna get you.
We got all that.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take it down. Area 51.
Hello there.
Hi.
This is the organization archive.
I don't know where Anna's is.
Would be Spielberg.
So yes,
Would be Spielberg.
it's you know, this is mainly our manuscript division. You know.
is that right?
We are keeping a lot of unpublished materials, you know, from you know, people who have written a book, you know, but they can't get it published. So, this is material from Swedish UFO societies. We are keeping, all this room is about Swedish and Scandinavian ufology.
Wow.
We are now establishing an international room. We have another facility, we can go there, where we have the Spanish collection that we got.
So you divide them by country?
Yeah, we try to do that. Yeah.
Oh, great. So
Do you
there's...
have, do you have unpublished manuscripts of people that...
Yeah, very much, you know.
Oh my goodness.
And
Because I have a publishing company that helps we show the people how to do it.
yeah.
So if you ever have anybody who's desperate, what
yeah.
we do is we show them, we don't take any money, we just say, we know how to do it, this is
Yes.
how you do it, and we lead them through, we lead them through the process, how to do it, and next thing they can publish. Because a lot of people, researchers, they think you have to go through a publisher, and these days you don't have to go to a publisher.
No.
But it's in that, to me, I say to them,
it's really, that is also a problem for us as a library, you know, because there's so much print on demand things done, you know, so it's very difficult to follow this stream of things.
Yeah. See, whereas what I tell them is that if you print it, if you get it and you put it into publication, you put it with Amazon, and now they've got it for all times. It's there, and even if it doesn't sell anything, you put your story on the record.
Yes.
Whereas if you try to publish it and then can't, then you sort of throw it away, or
you never know with things. If there's, you know, we have one guy who is working on downloading e-magazines from the internet, you know, from sites, because we are thinking this is also a kind of preservation. Because, and we have discovered just in 2 years, a couple of those sites where you could download magazines had disappeared right away, you know.
Wow.
So we've preserved even that kind of material, you know.
Wow.
So it's
excellent.
Just because it's on the internet, that's my story, you know. It's not safe.
No, no, absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, you're right.
So all around the walls here you have Swedish, mainly Swedish researchers whose collections we have saved up, you know. We are starting on Scandinavian. We are planning to use two shelves here for Scandinavia.
Okay.
The Scandinavians have been busy, by the looks of it. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. How many researchers, like, is there lots of researchers in Scandinavia?
You know, we have Ufo Sweden has an annual training course where they train about 50 people each year.
Oh my
so they have hundreds of people who could be UFO investigators, you know, but there's not enough cases for them.
Wow,
you know,
impressive.
If you are getting 200 cases each year, and most of them are meteors or whatever, you know, so it's really.
And the Danish cases are also stacked in here?
No, case files, the Swedish case files, they were in the head office.
Yeah.
You had 5 sections of white
binders.
folders, that was the Swedish archive. And on the other wall we have the Danish archive in similar form. And then we have also, we are getting the Norwegian.
Yeah,
okay.
We just saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And we have the Spanish archive. We have the British archive, which is really that's from Bufora, and also material from Contact International.
The original Rendlesham Forest.
Yeah.
Jenny Randall's.
Jenny Randall's.
Yeah.
Wow. We were just talking about this in Great Britain. This exact manuscript.
Okay.
You would have
It's a pre-publication manuscript,
That's maybe my one from the 1970s, my manuscript that was eventually published, but in the 70s they wouldn't publish it.
The Charlie Red Star book.
Charlie Red Star book, yeah. It was what dragged me down the rabbit hole. Because now they're looking back, like they're re-investigating Rendlesham Forest all the time. Now they want to go back to the original manuscripts to see who was interviewed, because they want to find out what's being missed. So this is one of the original people who investigated it.
Yeah. That was Brenda Butler and
Dot Street.
yeah.
Wasn't it Dot Street?
Dot Street, yes.
I got Larry Warren here. That's the whole. Interesting.
Should we move on?
Yeah, we can
Wow.
have a look here.
My logistics job.
You could probably use days just in this room.
Yeah, for a year.
Yeah.
This is look like an archive, you know.
Yeah.
Like archives should look. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We lost friends
Jesus
along
Christ.
the way.
Denmark, Finland, Benelux, Schweiz.
Empty your pockets, Grant.
We're gonna frisk you on the way out.
United States,
Yeah.
Canada.
This is magazines from all over the world.
Wow.
It's purely
This is
magazines, you know.
Magazines from all over the world.
Oh my.
This is our magazine store.
Oh my God.
We have about 80,000 magazine issues.
Wow.
You know, about 40% of them are from the US. But
Wow. I always tell my husband, people want to move to Spain when they retire. I want to move to Norrköping.
yeah,
And just I'll be down here every day.
You're joining us.
Yeah, we'll get a retirement home together.
you know, I've had so many people saying this, but when I see it, I believe it.
I will do it.
Tyler's files. You got Tyler's files.
Yeah.
Have we got Bill Moore's?
Focus and yeah,
You
yes.
got all those? Yeah?
Yeah, we have.
Oh my goodness. So I'm coming here to research. Okay.
So you're gonna do before you, Pia?
Yeah.
Maybe that would be something to digitize.
Yeah.
Bill
Yeah.
Moore's.
Yeah. Because that's famous stuff now. And
Do you have contact with?
indirectly. I have people who know where he is.
Yeah, yeah.
He disappeared. So.
Yeah.
But I know people who know where he is, and that might be something. Whoa. Where. Wow. I never realized it was this significant.
That is.
Grand birds,
Yeah.
majestic land. Oh my goodness.
Is that birdsong?
Birdsong, yeah, stuff like
Okay.
that. Army and Victorian. I wrote a part of a book about him. He was friends with me. He was the guy who did all the interviews for UFOs, Area 51, and government informants.
What was that? His real name, or I?
No, his
haven't-
name was Habib Azadadel. He had about 10 different names.
Yeah.
But he was one of the most interesting people I ever met in my life. He was he would phone me in the middle of the night and play me tapes. And he was trying to get a hand.
In the 1980s, I was covering the South Africa crash thing for the Swedish Ufo magazine.
Oh yeah.
Get a shot of this. Here, this is UFO Magazine. That's like for Gary. I mean, they've got somebody donated a bunch of magazines to him. He gave me one of them, but here's the whole collection here.
Yeah, he gave me one also.
Yeah.
I have one at home.
If you are talking about the British UFO magazine, that was the one.
Yeah.
We do have it on sale, you know, so you can buy individual copies for $3 or $4 each. We are getting so many copies. So if there's some...
So you've got are these painting things? People's paintings?
Yeah. We're saving up for some future museum, you know.
Wow.
We are hoping to get a building of our own eventually, you know, where we can arrange 1 or 2 museum rooms.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Because that's the thing. It's like this cartoon. I had actually a collection of cartoons.
Yeah.
Which I had collected, UFO cartoons.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
about 250, and I had them on a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
And at some conferences, they would just the cartoons would just go outside the lecture hall, and people could go and sit there and watch all the cartoons.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was even thinking of doing a book, but then you got the copyright issue of all the cartoons, because there's been a lot of UFO
that
cartoons over the years.
Would be difficult to trace everyone.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. You know, we got a grant from the Swedish National Archives for this.
Wow.
That
Yeah,
was
that's-
12 years ago.
That's
We got about $10,000
Yeah.
to buy those shelves, but it's really...
yeah. This is like a main archives has these things. I mean, this is,
Yeah,
this is first-rate stuff.
Yep. This is material that I have last week cataloged, that is going into the files now.
Files.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, there's basically a free kind of sort we're doing things that are going that we can sell, people that we keep as doubles, and people and things that we keep for our files.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Håkan Blomqvist, he was in Copenhagen giving a lecture, he said
Here's
our
a
goal
collection
was
of
to get
MJ12
every book,
material.
in every language, each book in every language, and 3 copies at least. You know,
we have turned that down to 2 copies now.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
I get why. Wow.
You haven't seen the libraries yet.
No,
Just
I
Cause
have been
magazine,
once before,
famous.
but
I know.
Magazine in the United States with the government cover. Like this one book, I would come here just to read this entire book because I wrote 2 books on this.
Oh yes,
MJ12.
yes.
And here's some guy's got a collection of all the Just Cause material.
That's me who has collected those materials.
Wow.
I wrote about MG12 in the.
See, I've got this in some of my books. I've got this. And in fact, I just lectured on
You
this.
know, like most Europeans, I'm rather skeptic.
You are?
Yeah.
I'm a little less skeptical.
I think there's a reason for it.
Oh my goodness.
Well, it's both, right?
Are there still new MG12 documents appearing, or
No, but there's still people, like for example, John Alexander mentioned that somebody whispered in his ear that MJ12 was for real.
Okay.
And he said it's not a UFO, it's continuity of government document.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
I
follow.
I can imagine
and
that.
I want to know like who whispered in your ear that MJ12 was real and this kind of stuff. It's,
you really want to know who was behind getting this all out to the public, you know.
Yeah, well that's why I'm interested in semi-venom
before
like
Bill
that.
Moore and that guy Shandiero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now that's what they're doing now, I believe. It's the same thing. This new To the Stars Academy, I believe, is just the latest version of Bill Moore, because it's the same thing. It's government people contacting somebody, feeding material through this person, and you can't confirm it. So people don't know, is it real, is it not real?
It's sort of an impression you are getting of American ufology, but it's going round in circles.
And only American ufology. It only happens in the United States, where they leak documents and whistleblowers.
A new generation doing the same type of work. So we're heading
this way.
This way.
Gonna bang my head against something.
Pausen.
Ja, kan jeg godt.
Bare mens vi går herude.